Hey, what's going on, you guys? So we're here for episode 2 of the Trainer Talk. I'm Taylor Hutchinson.
And I'm Bethany Granovich.
And today we're going to be talking about eating more to fuel your body and the importance of eating more food, as well as the importance of resistance training. So we're going to go through some different tips and different things that are important for eating more and why we think you should do it, as well as the importance of resistance training. So we're just going to go ahead and start off. Bethany's got some things that she wants to share with you guys about fueling the body and eating more, and then we'll just kind of bounce back and forth with what we think will help you guys out, and then hopefully you guys will learn a lot of information and apply it to your everyday life. So
so it's very important to eat more for a bunch of general reasons, not just for how you look, but also how you feel and how, looking long-term and longevity. You need to eat more in order to allow for your body to adapt. So there's always stress and adaptation. The adaptation that we want is either to grow muscle or to lose fat, and the stress that we impose on our body would be either like a calorie deficit or working out, something like that. However, if we restrict those calories too much and we're working out too much, the stress is too much for the body to actually want to adapt. It actually, freaks out the body so that it wants to hold on to the fat. So that way, it's like, oh, we need this fat in case something happens. Like, there's all this stress, whereas like today it might be kids, or it might be work stress or life stress, but it's not a life-threatening stress like your body thinks it is. So that could also be holding back like why you're not burning fat or gaining muscle, seeing progress. And that's also why it's important to eat more, just because of that increased stress. Another thing with that is it really improves energy and hormone function. Hormones play into everything our bodies do, whether it comes to thinking, our mental state, our mood, our energy levels, how our workouts feel, losing fat, all that. So it's important to get the nutrients through eating enough food, eating enough quality food, to allow our hormones to be balanced and functioning properly, so that way we can make the adaptations we want.
Couple questions. So what you're saying is, by not eating enough and actually working out a lot, you can gain fat and lose muscle, essentially. So that's pretty crazy when you hear about that. So, if you're somebody that's starting a new program, and we all have this we're all being told, social media, things that you hear generally are, restrict calories, go on this diet, start exercising. But what we're seeing is, if you do that, restrict a lot of those calories, and you start working out 6 days a week and your body's not used to it, your body's going to go in this starvation mode, and you're actually going to slow down your metabolism. You're going to start burning muscle for fuel because you're not getting the energy from the food. So you could be working out 6 days a week and actually losing muscle and gaining fat because you're in this starvation mode. Your body is saying, hey, we're not getting enough nutrients. We are going to store and keep whatever you're putting in our body. So it's kind of interesting because it's actually, you got to flip-flop that. The more you work out, the more you're going to have to eat. So you need to fuel your body just like you put fuel in your vehicle. If you're running your car on E all the time, it's only a matter of time before you're going to run out, and it's going to hurt your car, if that makes sense. So another thing, with hormone regulation, what are some really good macronutrients or foods that help with hormonal balance?
Something that's really good with hormones is fats. So healthy, high-quality fats from nuts, oils, but not just any oils. It has to be like avocado oil or coconut oil, olive oil, all like low processed. Anything like canola oil, corn oil, that's where you can run into problems with different metabolic issues and disease. Like, we've seen that there's like diseases related to that. Yes. So trying to keep it the healthier oils, nuts, olives, even like cheeses, so dairy a little bit, depending you're not sensitive to lactose. That really helps in regulating hormones, because hormones are made of fats, and like the micro part of fats is called lipids, and hormones are built by lipids. So you need fats in order to have hormones and proper amount of hormones.
And just to add to that, omega-3s are one of the best fats that you can eat. And unfortunately, over the last few decades, we've been told that fats are making us fat, and it's actually just untrue. It's false. We need healthy fats to operate and balance our hormones, have the energy, like she was saying. So if you can include some form of omega-3s, whether that's fish oil supplement, we highly recommend that, or even just try to eat fatty fish, cold fatty fish like salmon, a couple times a week. That can actually really help. And I just read a study that shows that if you do include a good amount of omega-3s, 2 or 3 servings of salmon, for example, every week, you can reduce your chances of heart disease by like 70%. So it's incredible the benefits of getting healthy fats in your body. So don't be afraid. Obviously, with that being said, you don't want to have a bunch of saturated fats or like trans fats, like potato chips, all that stuff. That's the bad fat that we want to stay more away from. But good healthy fats from nuts and oils and fish, stuff like that, is going to be your best friend. So go ahead and we'll kind of move on to the next area.
Yeah. So then with the importance of strength training, it kind of ties in with why we should eat more. You want to build muscle and increase bone strength. That's one thing I know, especially with women, as we age, we tend to lose muscle and we lose strength, and then we also lose bone density. So that's why women have a higher rate of osteoporosis and end up breaking their hips more just by falling down, or even if it's an older male, just by not moving around, not lifting, not having that bone density, you're more likely to have injuries as you get older. But by building muscle, building bone strength while you're able to, and younger preferably, that way you have more time to build it, then the better off you will be down the road.
Yeah, and just being able to do everything on a day-to-day basis much easier, and having less stress in the body. Building more muscle actually does improve your metabolism. It helps you keep body fat off easier as well. So when we're talking about eating more and to fuel your body, boost your metabolism, boost your energy, you're going to be able to drop body fat easier. Resistance training ties directly to that. So by incorporating some resistance training, and what we mean by strength training and resistance is anything with weights or that's providing resistance against your body. So think of like dumbbell exercises, kettlebell exercises, barbell exercises, even body weight stuff though, like wall sits and push-ups, all that's resistance training. Anything where there's an opposing force against your muscle, that's going to help build that strength, build that bone density. But having more muscle mass actually improves your ability to burn calories and keep body fat off. So we want to try to build as much lean muscle as possible. And I will want to add to that, ladies, don't be afraid to do resistance training. You won't get huge and bulky. It's hard enough for us guys to do it, and we have 10 times as much testosterone, and testosterone is what actually leads to that big bulky muscle. So if it's hard enough for us, don't worry about it. You're not going to get huge. So do your resistance training. You're going to feel way better. You're going to get stronger. Everything on your day-to-day basis is going to become easier. So just really important for resistance training. And I usually recommend at least 2 to 3 days a week. So around the time right now, we're coming into summer. People are doing a lot of yard work and stuff. That's great, and it's good exercise, and you're gonna burn some calories, and you're active, but it's not quite the same as coming to the gym or doing a workout at your house using resistance with some weights, doing some full body stuff with your legs and your arms and your core, stuff like that is still going to be really important. Now, you could get away with doing it just 1 or 2 days to kind of maintain your strength, but to really continue progressing in your strength, we recommend at least 2 to 3 days a week. And then you can still do yard work, go for a walk outside, whatever you like doing as extra activity. That will help you get better results in the long run. So.
And then just kind of to add on, with like for women, we're both getting bulky or anything, having muscle actually provides a better shape to your body. Like you actually have more rounded legs, and everyone wants to have a great butt right now, and that's like the huge thing, and a tiny waist. Well, to have that, you have to have a little bit wider shoulders, a little bit wider hips, and if you're not genetically gifted with that, you can do that through just building some muscle, which helps to change your body composition, so that way you have more of a shapely figure. I've even noticed that with myself. I mean, I was way under eating, kind of going back to like why we should eat more. I was under eating and I was still training like 6 days a week, and I mean, I got down to like 138 pounds. And then I was like, you know what, I'm not eating enough, like this is not the right way.
So how did you feel while you were doing that? Like, did you feel like you had less energy, like less recovery?
Yeah, like I did, like I wasn't necessarily like more sore, but I definitely didn't have energy, and I felt hungry like all the time. And it felt like foods never satisfied me. Like I would eat a meal and then I would still just want more. Like I never felt full. And it wasn't great. I mean, in it, I'm just like, well, this is what I need to do to lose weight or look better, but that's not what I needed to do. I needed to eat more, so I ended up increasing my calories by like anywhere from 600 to 1,000, and still kept the training the same, maybe even trained a little bit more depending, and like I put on weight. That's going to happen when you eat more. But the thing is, looking back from where I am now to like 5 months ago, there was like a 15-pound difference, but I look way better because I have more of that shape, and because I have more muscle, like I just look better overall.
Yeah, and you can tell looking back, you can tell that she almost looks like she has less body fat. She dropped body fat and just built muscle, and she looks, almost like she was less weight in a way, but she was heavier because her body composition changed, like she was saying. She was actually building the muscle, dropping the body fat. So the scale doesn't really matter when we're talking about body composition. And just to kind of go back a little bit, so many people, and you watching this can probably relate, or maybe have tried something like this. If you've tried a diet plan where you do restrict calories and you don't exercise, you might lose a lot of weight, but as soon as you went back to your old habits and started eating whatever you wanted again, you probably put even more weight back on, because like we talked about, your metabolism slows down and you probably lost muscle mass. You probably had a little bit less energy and didn't quite feel like you accomplished much. You might have dropped the weight that you wanted, but you didn't feel strong, you didn't feel the energy. And then that's why when you went back to your other old habits and you started eating more, the weight just piled back on. So that's why we're talking about the combination of eating more to fuel your body, build the lean muscle, drop the body fat, as well as combination of resistance training. That way you can maintain that, keep your metabolism really high, keep your body nice and strong, and then you'll be able to keep the body fat off much, much easier. That way, when you do go in times where you can't work out as much, your body will still be able to keep the body fat off until you get back on track, for example. So it's easier to maintain, but it's also way easier to pick back up wherever you left off. Go ahead, and if you had anything else to add to the resistance training or the importance of eating more.
Maybe we can just touch on our little
Oh yeah,
here.
Cool. Yeah, so speaking of eating more, obviously the hardest part about it is just literally finding the time. So a lot of us, it's just, we don't have the time to set aside to eat a lot of food or meals, and we're not people that like to suggest to our clients eating 4 to 6 small meals a day. Obviously that is ideal and that would be great, but we're all busy people. Like, we have jobs, we have lives, we can't sit down and eat 4 to 6 small meals. We understand. So we try to eat, I only eat about 2 or 3 whole meals a day. How many do you usually have? 3?
Probably like 4, and then maybe like a snack in between.
Okay. But most of mine are actually snacks. I'm here at the gym a long time. If you guys work 8 to 10 hours a day, I totally understand. So just having some snacks available is going to really help you eat more and keep you fueled. So some of my favorite snacks that I always have on me at the gym, at my house, are just some, like, we talked about the importance of fats. So I have a little nut mix, antioxidant mix. It's about 190 calories, 160 calories, but it's gonna give me some healthy fats, a little bit of protein. It's just nuts, seeds, a little bit of dried cranberries, so I love those. Or I'll have just a bag of almonds, and I'll eat some almonds. RX bars, I don't recommend going to a protein bar over actual food, but when you're in a pinch and you need something quick, protein bars are gonna be great. Like I have the RX bars because they're literally only 4 or 5 ingredients. I'm trying to keep it the least amount of processes as possible. So I have RX bars. My favorite snack is peanut butter and an apple. Super easy, always on the go, and it's just packed with nutrients. You're gonna get a lot of vitamins, minerals, fiber from your apple, some carbohydrates, and you're gonna get some healthy fats and protein from your peanut butter. And then something else, you can just mix up a protein shake, or do it after your workout to help you recover, things like that. So these are just some simple things that you can add in to get more dense nutrients and more calories in the day. They're gonna help you build muscle, boost your metabolism, keep you fueled so you'll have better energy during the day, and you're just gonna feel better overall.
And then for me, I like to do wraps. Super easy. You can just go to the store and you find your good healthy wrap. I like to do Joseph's just because it's higher in protein, a little bit lower in carbs, but it doesn't have like a ton of fiber or anything in there, so it doesn't mess with your stomach, make you bloated or anything like that. I just buy like the packaged, pre-cut and washed lettuce, and then I always have some sort of flavoring. Honey Dijon is really good. It's low cal compared to like ranch or mayonnaise, something like that. And then I always get natural chicken or turkey. Preferably, I would like make up chicken at home, like grill it, and then I could freeze it and then take it out whenever I need it. But sometimes when I'm in a pinch, I will go, and even like at the deli, they'll have more natural options, or like with no nitrates or no antibiotics. Just the most natural that you can find and like less processed. Even just looking at like the texture of like the different meats and such, or if they have like different like pulled pork or shredded chicken, hopefully with no other sauces added to it, that's also a great option. Just something easy you can literally grab from the store and throw it together.
Yeah, and we're just trying to basically do our best to eat as healthy as we can. We're not shooting for perfection, we're shooting for sustainability. So, obviously we could pick choices that are better, but it works for us and it's still better than the alternative. It's better than going and getting fast food all the time or not eating at all. Like we talked about, if you're starving your body, you're gonna hang on to a bunch of fat, your stress in your body is gonna go through the roof, and you're gonna have low energy and the hormone balance is gonna throw off. So just make sure you're fueling your body. Just to add to that, like I do the same thing. I'll have either egg wraps or I'll make wraps with turkey as well. Try to get it from the deli if you can, just like fresh cut turkey or chicken. Throw some spinach on there. I throw spinach in almost everything. Every morning I do a shake with this protein and spinach, blueberries, and then walnuts for my healthy fats, and almond milk. And that's my first meal of the day. It's super quick, it's on the go. That way I'm getting my body fueled right from the start of the day. And then if I do make some wraps, it's usually in the afternoon, and I'll do egg wraps in a spinach wrap, or I'll do turkey with the same thing, the Dijon mustard. It's like almost zero sugar. It's way better than like putting a bunch of ranch on there or something like that. So just kind of be cautious about what you're buying. Read the labels. If it's got a million ingredients, try to stay away from it. See if you can get stuff that has the least amount of ingredients or added sugars as possible. But just try making steps in the right direction of choosing better foods and eating more to fuel your body. Think about it not as eating food and you're gonna gain weight. You're fueling your body. That way you have more energy, you're boosting your metabolism, and you're gonna be able to build muscle and recover a lot better. I think that about wraps it up. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. We will provide a link where you can ask us anything. So we're gonna be answering people's questions in every single video every week. We're gonna plan on releasing a new episode, and we'll just pick different topics. That way we can share new information with you guys on health and fitness, and hopefully help you guys reach your goals and live a happier, healthier lifestyle. So until next time, have a good day, stay healthy.